everyone, welcome to my third blog. Well, last week I was talking about the difficulty of names and naming characters. This week I've decided to talk about something else. I have to admit I went through a few jumps to get to this subject, but I went from names to characters to writing to media itself and to fandoms. And I wanted to talk a bit about my fandoms, but before I do that, I want to talk about fandoms or what the term means. I just want to warn everyone that these are my opinions and thoughts, so I don't mean to offend anyone by them, but this is my opinion. There are lots of different kinds of fandoms. There are fandoms of books, of comics, movies, shows, and so on and so forth. But I think that a fandom itself is made up of three different parts. The first part is the source material, so the movie or the comic or the game or music or whatever it is. The second sort is the fans themselves. They make up a very vital part of a fandom, of course. And the third part is the interaction between the two. I'm going to talk about each of these individually. Now, the source material can be one of many different things. So, for example, there's TV shows and games and films and books, and sometimes the games or comics or films or TV shows or whatever are based off of books. You know, things like Doctor Strange or Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter or Game of Thrones, even Assassin's Creed recently, and a few unfortunate game film adaptations. And of course, the source material is made up of several different parts. There are the developers or the producers or the sound recordists. There's the artists themselves, there's the actors, there's the writers, the animators. There's a stupidly long list of contributing factors to a source material to make it what it is. Even the smallest of details, the runners, the set designers, or the colorists in a comic, they're all very vital parts and make people want to join into this knit fandom thing. The second part, of course, are the fans. Without the fans, a fandom would not exist. There are two separate types of fans, in my opinion. There are the passive fans who would watch or read or whatever and think it's interesting but not really go into it, sort of thing. Then there are the more attentive fans, I'm going to say. They are the type who would follow it avidly and be completely interested and really dig deep into the source material to find clues for more episodes or future volumes or issues and so on and so forth. Fans can create so many different things for the fandom itself, like art or new writing like fan fiction or poems or songs, or create things such as groups and conventions and fan bases, which leads me on to my next point. The interaction between the two, source material and the fans themselves. So the most prominent and probably most well recognized source of interaction has to be conventions. So comic cons and individual conventions and talk groups and chats online and all these different sorts of things. But conventions are probably the most recognized development or product of this interaction between the fans and the source material. It brings people together, these fandoms. In conventions, you have people who express their fascination with these shows or games or comics or whatever. And it's amazing because you get to meet other people who have exactly the same interest, or if not, can still interact together because you all have the same enthusiasm. One of the things I absolutely adore about fandoms is that interaction, those conventions, those groups, those fan bases, because it just brings people across the world together. It makes us all more connected and it just shows you how similar people can be because of and how amazing people can be because these tight-knit groups, these social events, they not only help bring people together, they help bring people out of seclusion, out of these dark places, which fandoms, which games and movies and comics and all these other things help bring them out of, help support them. And these groups, these fans, these fandoms are amazing for helping people like that. That's about it that I have for today. Thank you for watching again. I'll try to make sure I have a video ready for next week. Until then, see you all next time.